Good morning, good morning. Hey everybody, welcome, welcome. Just waiting to see if it's streaming yet. Hopefully it is. We are live. Hello, welcome, welcome. Come on in. It's Wednesday. Can you believe that? Wednesday, middle of the week. Boy, this week has sure flown by. So hello, come on in. I'm going to be playing some music in just a minute. And let's get this party started. Annie7, there you are. Thank you for sharing it, darling. Good morning to you. Good morning to Grayson. And I sure hope Grayson's feeling better. Good morning, Christina. Thank you for being here this morning. All right, let's get Alexa woke up and see if she'll play some music for us. It is a beautiful day. Well, not yet.
So you're in a hurry? Well, you better calm down. We're all friends around you, just join the fun. 'Cause if you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. Should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because it's a beautiful day. Isn't it all? So come on, let's play. Forget the rush, you're in and find a good spot. Sit down and join us as we sing a good song. Keep back, relax, and just follow along. Oh, we got plenty of time. Taking it easy won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because it's a beautiful day. And come on, let's play.
All right, let's go into our hearts. And if you feel like it, type somebody's name in and get them in here. Let them know that we are here, because I know I've been starting a little late lately. I've been oversleeping, but not today. I was wide awake this morning. So, hand on your heart, slow down your breathing, and let's add in some love. Let's think about that wow for today, the wow Wednesday. So breathe in love and breathe out love. Spread that love all over your body. Just let it come into your heart and let it go out from your heart. The more you can love on yourself like this every morning, every day, just give yourself that beautiful moment of saying, I am worthy, because you are. I am enough, because you are. And just let that sink in. The way we speak to ourselves is so important. This heart-brain coherence is the best thing you can do because it's telling yourself how much you care about you. Say the things to yourself that you want to hear. Do you want to hear I love you? Say it. Do you want to hear you matter? Then say that. Start talking to yourself in a most beautiful way that really allows your mind to focus on the fact that, yes, you are worthy. It's not an ego. This is the real part of living. This is finding our spirit, finding who we are, and loving who we are, every minute of it. So, Josie and Rick, I hope you all have some good news again this morning. I loved the good news yesterday was wonderful. And thank you all for being here. So, how about that blog? Let's see what the angels had to say to us last night. I've got my computer wonky this morning. Oh, there we go. Goes like a talking head. All right, so let's see what the blog was. Make sure I got everybody. So the blog was Dandelion's Joy. We have to dare to be ourselves, however frightening or strange that self may prove to be. And that's a quote by May Sarton. Good morning, Janet Byron. We need to process our own thoughts and intuitive messages to get in touch with our inner spirit. When was the last time you quoted yourself? Did that quote come from a flash of intuition or from a book you read? We have brains to think for ourselves, and what you birth forth into the world is certainly meant for every one of us. I just took the time to revisit some journaling that I did 24 years ago. I was blown away at the words I wrote and then stashed away. As a young adult, I wrote hundreds of poems, and I placed them in a notebook, which later I lost during a move. Gone. A couple of them were published, but I can't find the copies. You may not think your words are significant or impactful. However, there is a purpose to everything. There are no coincidences, and if you are inspired with a thought, a poem, an idea, pay attention to it and free it into the world. Someone may be waiting to hear your words. Dear angels, so often we hesitate to share what we have created due to a lack of confidence. We tell ourselves the story that no one would want to hear it, that it is not good enough to be read or heard. Our ego mind takes over, and our message is pushed down, unrevealed to those who want to hear. Dear ones, the illusion of separation has kept many of you from sharing your gifts and your messages to the world. Perhaps you were ridiculed early on as you shared your gifts, and this caused you to shy away from trying again. We encourage you to look at your inspired thoughts and your writings with a new perspective. You matter. Every thought, word, and idea that you bring forth matters and is needed in the collective energy. When you start to doubt your worth, just remember that even the dandelion brings joy to many, while others consider it a nuisance. Who will you believe? Only listen to your heart. What you have to share may be exactly what brings joy to one or many, and that is all that matters. Dear angels, today I promise to always let the inspired thoughts that I hear be shared for whomever needs to hear the message. All of us have messages inside of us. We all have a story. We all have things that we have experienced that someone else may just be waiting to hear about that experience because maybe they're going through something similar. So don't hide your light. Don't hide those words that need to be said in the world. Hi, Julie Kiss. Good morning, Suzanne. Deirdre. Yes, I loved that dandelion picture. And let's see, Sally said, I'm a beautiful glow of positive energy. I am me. I am loved. Exactly. Those are the words we need to be saying to ourselves. I am me, unique, unapologetically me, and everything about me is meant to be here in the world. There are no accidents, there are no coincidences. So if you're here, you're supposed to be here. That's right, Ricky. Everything is working perfectly. And Ricky, I believe I gave you and Josie a heart that says just that. Catherine Kovac says, in order to stay where I am, I'm going to need a roommate. Please pray for me that I find the right person. Absolutely, let's pray for that. It makes all the difference in the world when you have spirit bring you that person. So, Catherine, that's exciting. Get excited about it. Don't, okay, how did you say it? You're going to need a roommate. Look at it as I get to get a roommate. I get to meet somebody and get to know them and get to know their individuality, get to know their thoughts, and really get into excitement about it. And then you're going to see that person that comes to you is going to be perfect and just waiting to have somebody to talk to, maybe about spiritual things. So, Catherine, get excited about it. And meanwhile, we will most certainly pray with you about that. And this is our prayer day, so I've got to pay attention to the time because we read our list today. And who did you call in? Did anybody call anyone in here? Let's get all of our peeps together so we can do our group prayer today. All right. Okay, just making sure I didn't miss anything before I read our Kuan Yin card. Isn't it interesting how Kuan Yin has just been giving us the most beautiful messages of what we are talking about? And it just blows my mind sometimes when I pull that card out and it's just what we've been saying. So I'm pulling it now, Catherine. And it feels like I need to pull one from each deck. I've got both of my Kuan Yin decks here with me. Thank you, Annie. Yeah, sometimes if we type somebody's name in, it gives them a little ping that somebody was thinking about them. And it's like tagging somebody for gratitude. We're going to start doing that, First of the year, we're going to start doing the gratitude base. So if you're participating, it's very simple. Every day, you just choose somebody. And I did a whole year of it. And every day, I did somebody different. So I would just choose somebody from my friends list. Because how many of you have friends that you don't really know them? And I got to know some people by doing that, by sending them a message of gratitude. And that was such a beautiful, beautiful time. And I had people that would respond and say, why me? Why did you choose to share gratitude with me? Okay, Josie, update. We're waiting on the tree service to get back to us. The carport just planning a day to take it down and things are moving along. So you do have to take your carport down. I'm so sorry, honey. But, maybe it's for the best. Maybe that would have, I don't know, it would have created something that you don't want. Maybe there's something different and something new that can be done there. All right, the brightness of your future. Listen to your discontent, your yearning, You want something true. You should not just be quiet and get back to your day job or how things have been, as if you are making a drama out of nothing. You are meant to be moved by these feelings, to become more alive. Trust in the brightness of what is meant to be. Of what is meant to be, exactly. If it's meant to be, it's going to be. And I say that all the time. If you're meant to be here, you'll be here. Those who need to hear the messages, those who need to be surrounded by unconditional love, which is what we have here, you'll be here. And then I just leave it up to Spirit for that. We don't have our Kathy Hand this morning. We're missing her. So let's send some love her way and lift her up. The other card that came up is hands, the many hands of the goddess. The goddess Kuan Yin brings blessings to multiple projects and many different parts of your life and your consciousness, beloved. She is not limited to one task at a time. Do not be afraid to surrender into her guiding wisdom and creative genius, for there is much that you can accomplish together, and she is assisting you now. So if you take time to connect with her, maybe there's some things you've got going on. Maybe you want to write a blog or a story or a book or a song. There's something creative that's going on right now among many, many on our planet. And they are words that need to be expressed. And that's exactly what was being said in the blog last night. We all have a story. We all have something inside of us that just needs to come forth. You need to birth it into the world. And in doing that, it lifts all of us. Those words and that message, that's not just for you. Whenever we get something that comes in that's a spiritual message, share it out. Send it far and wide. Share it into our groups. Share it with those that you are close to and read it out loud. That's the thing, when you're reading the message out loud, it gives more energy to it. Kathy Hand, see that? I spoke her name and there she is. Kathy, we were missing you. So I'm glad you're here this morning. And this is our prayer day. So we want to get any prayers that are needed into the list. We're going to revisit that long list today and see who's there and who we need to maybe revise if we need to take them off the list or add new people to the list, whatever's needed. So that's what we do on Wednesdays. We update the list. Okay, so it is a Wow Wednesday as well as being prayer day. So what's your wow? Is there something that's wowed you lately that just was so amazing and you just feel that you want to share that joy and that excitement with us all? Let's do that. Do you have any answer prayers or just maybe something you're celebrating? Anybody have birthdays? We have some birthdays coming up this month. We do. We have Karen Palmer's birthday. We have Prochetta's birthday. And let's see, who else do we have? I know I wrote some down. They must be in my calendar. So whoever's having a birthday this month in December, we are having a celebrate. Oh, Blue. How could I forget our Blue Jean? We're going to celebrate our Blue Jean's birthday. Let's do the birthdays on the 24th. We're going to have a get together on the 25th. That everybody's welcome to come into the Zoom. But let's have a birthday party on the 24th for all the December birthdays. And I know we have a lot. So let's see what prayers we got. Suzanne said, I started physical therapy against the vertigo. It's getting worse before it gets better. Please send some prayers for me. We certainly will, Suzanne. And Sally, prayers for Jordan to get the answers she needs with all her health issues. Yeah, let me just take a moment while you all share, and I'll add Jordan to our list. And Julie, prayers for your mom, Cynthia. She gets shots in her eyes today. We certainly will. Let me pull up this prayer list so I can add as we're talking. I know your mom is on the list, Julie, but we'll send some extra prayers her way. Here it is. I love that you're there, Catherine. I love when you come onto Zoom with us. And Sally says prayers for all who are feeling that seasonal depression, feeling alone, or simply in need of a loving prayer. Absolutely. Okay, so let me go down to the bottom and add in Jordan. Okay, done. Anybody else that I need to put on there? And there's our blue. Oh, I see, Ricky. Well then, there you go. It's gotta go. Gotta have room for that car. And I love that you have that new car so you can come out to Sedona in April when we do the retreat. And Kathy, it's been very challenging. It appears I'm being called upon to help both my son and his friend Jess. And please pray for Jess to find an outpatient clinic today. We certainly will. Whatever spirit is guiding you, Kathy, you know best. You know what you're hearing. So just ask for the help that's needed with whatever it is that you're being guided to do. That's right, Blue, because I mentioned your birthday this month, and we're going to do our December birthday celebrations on your birthday. Isn't that so cool? And we'd love for you to be there on the Zoom when we do that. So you let me know if you want to show up. All right. So we are just gathering our prayers right now, and then I'll share that prayer list so we can all participate in revisiting who is on it and making any changes or any additions to the list. Kathleen Caputo, thank you so much for being here. Praying for all to find the peace that is within, always there for us. Absolutely. And Kathy, I don't know if you heard the cards from Kuan Yin this morning. Let me know if I need to read those before we do the prayer list. I will certainly do that. And let's really lift up our Auntie Jean. She has been so sick. She got a cold after she went to the doctor and picked up some germ. She was okay physically when she went in, but not so much anymore. And I didn't talk to her, we were texting back and forth yesterday. I think she's pretty much staying in bed. All right, so Blue says, please read the cards. Okay. Isabel, prayers for all in need today. Love and light to all. All right, so the brightness of your future. I'll read these and then we'll go right into our prayer list. So keep adding if there are those that need to be put on the prayer list. Please let me know that. And Kathy, good. You're listening to that spiritual guidance. That is so important. All right, the boldness of your future. Listen to your discontent, your yearning. You want something true. You should not just be quiet and get back to your day job or how things have been, as if you are making a drama out of nothing. You are meant to be moved by those feelings, to become more alive. Trust in the brightness of what is meant to be. So that was from the Wild Kuan Yin. And from the original Kuan Yin Oracle, it's the many hands of the goddess. The goddess Kuan Yin brings blessings to multiple projects and many different parts of your life and your consciousness, beloved. She is not limited to one task at a time. Do not be afraid to surrender into her guiding wisdom and creative genius, for there is much that you can accomplish together, and she is assisting you now. So, Kathy Hand, I think you need to find this card and hold on to that today as well. It's from the original Kuan Yin deck, and it's Many Hands of the Goddess. Sally says, I was too until someone asked if we were staying on our feet. And I swear it was within 30 minutes and I went down. Ooh, yeah. So that energy went into you, didn't it? Yeah. Our words are important. You know, they really are. Are we lifting somebody up or are we saying something that's going to create a different energy? Always let your words be positive. Always. And even if you hear something that may seem kind of daunting as a message when you're thinking about somebody else, just check with them and see if they're okay. Just ask what's going on in a hard way. I'm so sorry that happened, Sally. All right, so let's go into our prayers. Let's pray for each other, pray for our families, pray for those that have been brought to us, maybe some a long time ago. And so if you need to revisit that person on the list and say, okay, they're doing good now, and release their energy, it's okay if they stay on the list. We have many of our family on the list, and there may not be anything physically wrong. We just like surrounding you with love. So it's okay to be on the list if there's nothing physically wrong. It maybe just needs spiritual uplifting or emotional uplifting. And Isabel, your cousin Lydia, to recover her mobility from the knee surgery that is not going as well as expected. Also, please add little Benedita. She is getting surgery on December 15th. Well, if you let us know what time that surgery is, we can all make sure that we're thinking of her and sending healing energy to her at that time. So let me add, is it Lydia? Yes, your cousin Lydia. So let me find a place to put those on the prayer list. Oops, it's not typing. Okay. Lydia, and what was the other name? Okay, I lost the other name. Isabel. Let's see if I can find it. Going the wrong way. It was something like Benedita. Got it. You think Lydia is already in the grid? That could be. When we go through the list, I'll see if she is. Okay. All right. So anybody else, just go ahead and type it in, and if there's more, I can add it in later. I can't find it now because the messages scrolled so fast. And Janet Byron says, we just got the all clear for my husband's cancer that they found in the colon. Wonderful. Good morning, Joanne Castrillo. Thank you for being with us this morning. Yes, ask for the time of the surgery, Isabel, because when somebody's going through a procedure or going to an important doctor visit or whatever, we like to be there. We like to send our energy at that time. I always write down the time to remind me that I need to be praying at that moment. And let's see, Sally says, anyone going through these spiritual awakenings needs all the prayers you can get. Absolutely. And Kathy says, I have the nectar of the lotus and believe I am blessed and nourished by Kuan Yin, and now I am to help others. And oh, I love that, Kathleen Caputo. Hotto Bear asks kids, do your words have wings or weights? I love that. All right, so let me get the list up for us all. Oops. Okay, here we go. And as I always say, remember that each person on this list is somebody that we all together place there. So if it's you, your family member, your friends, whatever it might be, this is for all of us. And as a family, we lift up every person on this list. And Carrie, I saw you, darling. Grief hit hard this morning, just walking the dog. Much love for your beautiful card, Teri. Love to all. Carrie, we love you so much, honey. And I know that grief is hard. I know that your mama was so dear to you, and we're just really wrapping our arms around you and everyone whose life she touched. So feel that love coming from your family right here. We all love you. So our prayers are for all the P's for peace. That's every one of you. If you're here, you are a P for peace. You're part of this beautiful family. And for peace on earth, that is on my heart every day, every moment. And I'm working on making it an even bigger outreach this coming year and focusing more also on human trafficking. That's really a burden that's been placed on my heart. So just remember, as I said, each one of these names represents somebody who may be going through something. And so let's send love from our heart directly to that person, which is Prachetta, Prachir, and Goofy, Aunt Mina and Neil, Navriti, Jasmine, her daughters and her mom, Abha, Billy and Tim, and especially their son Brian, who's in the hospital preparing to get a liver transplant. He's, I think, got another month to go before they can officially put him on the list. And Sheila and Kevin, my brother Gary, really lift him this morning. He's not doing so well, I think, emotionally. So let's lift Gary up. Donnie, David, Kevin, and Holly Langford, which are the children of my brother James, who just passed, and then they just lost an aunt. Loretta and Cecil Boone and their family, Joanne Castrillo, her husband John, and all of their family, especially her daughter Jackie and grandson Eris, Deirdre and her daughter Danya and Thump the cat, Deirdre's sister Steph and her husband Bob, Adriel, Joni, Tia Fernetti, Nancy Sanger, Nikki, Suzanne Millard and her family, her mom, her daughters, her granddaughter, and her sister, Marietta and Ed, lifting them high. I know they just got good news about about sweet dreams, but let's keep that boat lifted up because they're going to be out on it and we want it safe for them. Good girl Pearl and Mr. Wiggles, Raquel and Claude's family, Leo Harley and his family, DJ Blaze, Lakshmi, Ken, Jeppy, Jim and Son, Ryan, Rick and Josie, and all that's going on with you right now at your home. Rick and Josie, we lift you up for divine intervention in all of it. Tammy Williams, Meg and Jim Loriot, who I hope to see soon here in Colorado. Jean and Ron Loriot, lifting our sweet little Auntie Jean up for some healing physically right now and helping her to get beyond whatever's attacked her body. Christina and Carrie Leftwich and all of your family. Mary Lou Burdick and her family. Catherine and Michael Kovacs, and now we know to lift up prayers for them to find a roommate. And all her fur babies as well. Rosalind Good Vibes, Sally and Tony De La Rosa, and Rose De La Rosa, and now we've added Jordan. I added her to the end, and we'll see that when we get there. Kathy and Bob Hand, your family, Colin and Marlene, and Jess, we're going to add her in there as well. Bo and Candy Hand, Michael, Patty, Sonia, Paul and Marlene, Joe and his wife, Pat Moss, your daughter and grandchildren, and your sister Susan, Becky LaFave and son Travis, Erica Hoppy and her family, Corinne, Charlie Coons and his family, his brother and his brother's wife, Hope Wellington Marshall, and Zinna. Zinna's been popping on here a lot with us recently, and I love that. And Hope's parents, Winston and Cynthia, Trey Horn, Andrea Gregg, Catherine, Eric, John, Tatiana, Annie Seven, Grayson and Adam, Cassandra and Destiny Ortega, and they just, it's Luz. Luz just lost a family member, so lifting their family up and all of her grandkids and her sister, Christine Lewis, Gail and Nick Zimmerman, Jennifer and Micah Landgren. I haven't seen Jen on here in a couple of days, so let's lift her and Micah up. Oksana and her mom and her children, especially Max, little Max, so dear to my heart. Herb, Caitlin and Aunt Gail, Isabel and Paul and their daughters Inesh and Teresa, Beata and her daughter Juliana, Linda and Dick Lemieux, her sons and her grandchildren, Linda's friend in Sarasota, Stacy and Josh Lord and their children and grandchildren, and Stacy's mom, Mary Lord, Buster, Wayne, Blue Jean and Dave Wolinski, and the fur babies. I'm going to say their names because I know they're listening today. Pocky, Gruff, Wizzy Bee, Blue, Lulu, and Gizmo, and Dolly the horse, Chance the horse, Pam Moore, Gordy's family and friends, Lindsay, Aunt Inga, Rose Sermon, Gary McCorkle, Brookie Woodside, and little baby Maxwell and Dylan, lifting them up in Pennsylvania. The Girardi family, Jeanette and Ernie, Sean, Angel Fullerton, Lily Ann in Norway and all of her family, Kathleen Caputo, baby Wyatt. Do we have any update on Wyatt, Kathleen? If you have something, please let us know what's going on there. Lifting his mom up very high through this time. Baby Haven, Kat, Steve, Candy and Pastor Bruce, the Deerfield Valley in Vermont, Alba, Dottie and Dawn, Grace Isis. Grace has been a little under the weather, so let's lift her up for physical healing, and all of her family in Kenya. Raymond, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Karen Palmer, and her daughter Marissa. And Marissa's doing great healing after her broken bone. And Karen's mom, Barbara, Vicki King, Elaine Armstrong, Elena, Marianne, Henrik and Lorraine, Tammy Fisk, praying for Tammy to get that job, for doors to open, for her to really step into something right now. It's a tough time of the year to be out of work. So lifting Tammy up high and her daughter and that beautiful little baby CJ and Tammy's sister Tracy, Lori, Kelly, Rochelle and her mom Rose, Stephen, Catherine, Ruth Anderson and her family. I got to see our dear Ruth yesterday and wrap my arms around her. That was great. And pray for her whole family and for her sister-in-law Sharon. Diana Bertut, Jeannie and her sister Merle and husband Al. Boulder, Colorado. That's where I am right now, right outside of Boulder. Deb Goldberg and her family, and Deb has asked us to add her daughter Courtney to our prayers. So Blue, if you're listening right now, is Courtney, and she's in lives in Phoenix. Michelle, Crystal and Dean Nobles and their sons and dog, Laura Hill, Julia Osborne, Sharon Rhea. I spoke with Sharon last night for quite a while, so please lift her up. Sherry Gatewood and Padama, Hummingbird, Tammy Hill and her family, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Terry Wilderman and her father, Mary Quincoli and her friends in Florida, Irene and Eduardo, Eddie Quills, Jose, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Fidel, Camilla and Nick in Australia, Lynn Andriazzi, Frank, Albie, Viola, Kenneth, Bobby, Mansi, Kamal, Maddie, Akil, and the Pakistan orphans, Noel, Yuri, Scott, Letitia. And Kathleen says, saw a heart-wrenching, beautiful of Wyatt and beautiful picture of Wyatt and his family yesterday. So glad they are together. Looks like he's ready to make his transition. So let's keep that whole family lifted up for baby Wyatt, please. Mary, Joshua, James, Drake, Alicia Burns, Pam Dite, Kimberly, Ellen, Sue Seekoff, and Richard, and I hope to see Sue soon. Terry Gilstad, the Walters family, Chiara, Marissa, Allie, Bree, Claudia, Marianne Pish and family, Cassandra and Danny Gary, Lenny, Rick Ulfick, who is still in the hospital waiting for a heart transplant, John Thaddeus Fiore, Kuka Carney and her family, and travel prayers for Kuka and her husband, Bob Simon and Sherry Otis, Sharon Boyle and Zoe, Carol Fisher, Jay Rothman and Mary, Deborah, Violet, Walter, Brookie's Aunt Jeannie, Shelley, Sue and grandchildren, Carrie's family, her mom just passed, as we know, and praying also for her niece Laura, Maggie's mom, Freddie, Bradley Capone, Andy, Amanda Summer, Robert Dosa, Miles and Sarah, Debbie Carol Hawks, Carl, Brutus and Augie the dogs, Chris Blake, Dante, Jerry, Kaylee, Trevor Jordan, Richard Weber, Charlotte Abrahams, Michelle Landers and her family, especially her son, Joanne McCann New, Whitney, Jude Dalton, Karen Gibbons and daughter, Matt, Noel and housemate, James Schultz family, Julie Kiss's mom, Cynthia, Courtney, Lucinda, Ryan, M, Pat, Sophia, Aaron Parker, Angelica Campamans, Sunny and Hunter Floor, Peggy, Claire, Carrie and all of her family, Pat O'Connor, Zoe, Erica Fagels, Yolanda, Sylvie Barnes, Robin Waters Dykes, her mom Jewel and her daughter Sarah, who we've been lifting up after her surgery, Joanne and Leo, Sam, Matt, Charles and Nita, Yusha, Nancy Berdelsky, EC, Shelley Newman and Teri Newman, Iris, Jen and Norm, Keith, Joe H., Ollie the Cat, Marisol Soto, Deborah, Tyler, Chad Ehlers, Dick Waters, Milton Carvajal. Tiffany Ingalls' father did pass, so let's please pray for that whole family. Sharon, Tomas Diaz, Cameron, Boris Zoffman, Jacqueline Carvajal, and David Reiger, Alan and Alicia, those are Michelle Lander's children, Solby Barnes, Aud Barnes, Gunn, Ellen Sundahl, Vita Hammond and her family, Maria Mitchison Higman Simpson with lung cancer, Reverend Saba, Sam, the dog, Lisa Jo Davis. I haven't had an update on Lisa Jo. I'll try to find one today, find how she's doing. Diane Beiersdorfer's mom, they had a real miracle there, and thankful for that. Oh, Jordan is on our list. Jordan, Lydia, and Benedito. Okay. And I'd also like to add the family that I'm staying with, Denise and her daughter Autumn, who will be traveling to the East Coast tomorrow. So travel prayers for them, please. And anyone else that you want to add onto the list, just let us know. It's a very long list, and we love that we can have this ministry and be of service. So if you would, just go into your heart right now and let's pray this prayer together. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. So just take 1 minute, just 1 minute out of your day today. Do it right now while you're thinking about it. And breathe that love right into your heart. See it coming into your heart from the very source of all that is, from our Creator. Hold that love in your heart. Fill it with your own thoughts, your own wishes and desires. And then let's send that love out to the universe. Let every being on the planet feel the impact of what we're doing right now, sending this love out as a group, sending it together and wanting only the best possible outcome for the highest good of all. Thank you. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for your prayers. And now we love on each other. We send that love to everyone that's here, everyone that's not here with us that usually is. We're going to just lift them all up. And we do that on the count of 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I love you. Thank you all so much for being here today on Wednesday, our prayer day. And it's my hope and my desire that everyone on this prayer be seen and acknowledged and loved, and that whatever's going on, that is going to come to the very best possible outcome in their divine plan. So thank you. I see your beautiful words. Thank you. I love you. Marietta, I love those hearts. And Sally says, and so it be. Amen. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So what time is it now? I believe that it might be Leo time. Make sure you all can hear Leo, because, sometimes I'm dancing to Leo all by myself. And I like to have y'all dancing too, especially Pocky and Gruff. They do the best waggle butts and dancy pants that anybody can do. So here we go. Let's find the Leos. Here he is. Is it playing? Not sure. It's not playing. Okay, hang on. See what the problem is. Okay, are you all hearing it? I'm not hearing it. All right, let's try that again. I wish Alexa would play him, but she just somehow has an issue with playing Leo. I don't understand that. All right, so I'm going to try it again. Okay, it's playing great. Sometimes, you know, computers can be persnickety. Turn up the volume. Okay.
Peace, so let me shuffle harmony. Do any mama be on the lead wherever we there. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning cup of full of joy, a very day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup of full of joy, a very day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full Cup full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot, the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we are part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning cup full of joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me
Oh, not the flowers.
Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. There really is no secret. We simply accept, align, allow. AAA, morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy.
Well, thank you, Leo. And I see the puppies are having a blast today. Just got a message from our JoY trio that baby Eris is sick this morning. So please lift that sweet baby up and let's get him back to good health again. Thank you everyone for being here. I love you so much. Stay in your heart, stay blessed, and I will see you later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Make it a really wow Wednesday. Go do something that's going to put that smile on your face, because Marietta reminds us spirit magnifies incredible loving energy. Just go out and magnify it. Share your words, share your love with others. And namaste, y'all. Bye, everyone.